In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most important thing in PMP, how to solve question answer. This video is specifically for those people who are learning how to master solving question answers. I'm going to go a little bit in depth and I will work through step by step the 7-step formula that I have given, how to solve question answers, and I teach this in my batch programs. By the way, my batch is starting on this Friday. So if you want to join, you can. We do have few slots. Okay. So when we talk about 7-step formula, or actually how to solve question answer, each thing is important, but one of the most important thing, one of the biggest challenge I face when I'm having discussion with the students, when they do mock, and let's say they did 180 mock or they did 60 question answers mock, I ask them, how did you do with that time? How much time you took? And they always say like, the time was good. I was able to complete in 30 minutes 60 questions. The time was good. I was able to complete 180 mock in 2 hours. No, 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 no. This is not a good time management. This is very bad time management. Now, this we need to understand very importantly. PMI has given us the 4 hours for solving question answers, right? 4 hours for solving question answers. And there's an important thing that we need to take it from there. There's an important thing that we need to understand. Why do we have like 3 hours, 50 minutes plus 20 minutes breaks? What is the purpose of those breaks? Why do we even have those things? Now that's a critical thing that I want you to understand. That is something that I want you to understand why you need to work into that way. Why you need to do into that. These things will help you in the PMP exam. So let's go into that and let's discuss this most important element. And the most important element is you need to slow down. Yes, you heard me right. Maybe this is counter to what you are thinking. Okay, that's how you should prepare for the exam. What this guy is saying, I need to slow down. I was taught I need to complete the exam. Hurry, 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 in a quick hurry. Otherwise, I will lack out of time. But now, Amir, the best PMP trainer for last 4 years, is saying me that I need to slow down. Yes, you heard me right. You heard me 100% right. You need to slow down. And there's a science behind that thing. There's a science behind that thing, and I need you to work it with me right now. I, Even if you are watching this live video or you watch it later on at your own time, I don't care. Whatever, I want you to do this exercise with me so that you can actually learn what we need to do here, because this will make an important difference factor in your PMP preparation, passing the exam or failing the exam. Are you ready for that? Put something in the chat box if you are ready. Okay, now this thing is basically we are going to solve one question for PMP. Not much, just one question for PMP. And I want you, to read it in like 30 seconds. That's it. I want you to solve that question in 30 seconds. Why I'm doing that? Okay, the question is in front of you, the timer is running, you have 30 seconds. Try to read the question and solve it. Try to read the question and solve it. Then you will understand a little bit what I am saying actually here. Time's up, time's up, time's up, time's up. So were you able to understand anything? So now when you pause yourself to read the question in 30 seconds, what has happened here? I'll explain you what has happened here. So you read the question, Okay, you went to the question, you're a scrum master working in a large project, client came to you and shared the goal of the current sprint is obsolete and it does not make sense to carry out the work. Okay. Now you read it one time quickly, but you did not understand. You again go to read it and reread it. So actually you have to read it 3 times, maybe even 4 times, because you are not following the most critical step of solving question answer. You are moving quickly. You are not reading it slowly. So step number 1 for solving question answers. Step number 1 that I need you to follow, slow down. Especially when you are solving question for your preparation, I need you to take even 2 minutes, even 3 minutes to solve the question. Because the next steps which I'm gonna discuss, we need to perfect those. We don't have to think about the time management, right? We don't have to think about the time management. We have to think about the 2 remaining things which we did not discuss, which we did not follow. So let me take you to that thing. So in PMP there are 3 things. First is black. Okay. First is content. The first thing I need to understand the content. Like what does these topics mean? What do we have here? What does the stakeholder mean? What does those 18 plans, 33 documents, Scrum ceremonies, 4 values, 12 principles, information radiators, what does those content mean? That is a very important thing to know. What does that content mean? What does that content indicates? How do I know about that content? That is kind of very critical, very important. We need to know for must. That is your step number 1. That is your step number 1. Then step number 2. Step number 2 is you need to know the flow of the topics. Like if I talk about stakeholders, initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. I need to know the flow of the topic, how stakeholders are identified here, how do we plan their engagement, how do we implement that plan, if the plan needs to be updated, what we need to do, and what do we need to do in closing. Same goes, let's say, for risk. How do we identify risk? How do we make risk management plan? How do we make risk response strategy? How do we prioritize the risk? How we will make sure that risk responses are implemented properly? How do we make sure that risk response is good? What is the risk effectiveness process? How do we make risk report process? And what we do in the closing? Like the flow of the topics, very critical. These 2 things, content, then flow of topic. Then the third thing come, time management. Guys, it's very important. You are becoming a project manager. If your schedule of the project is 12 months and you complete the project in 2 months, I don't consider that project to be successful. This means your estimation was wrong. Your estimation was wrong. PMI has given 240 minutes. PMI has given 240 minutes for the exam. And you are doing it in 120 minutes or 180 minutes. There is no benefit for the next 60 minutes. No. I need to use this entire time, 3 hours 50 minutes, I guess it's 230 minutes, sorry, 3 hours 50 minutes, 230 minutes, 80 minutes for the 60 question, then take break, then 80 minutes for the next 60 question, then take break, and then the last section, 80 80 75 or 80 75 75. whatever you want to go through it. That should be your time management. So step number one, the most important thing is slow down. That is your step number one. We will discuss other step. But if you are not slowing down, especially in your preparation, your brain will not work. You will not train yourself. So I request you to slow down. That is the step number one. Are you getting me? Put in the comment. Slow down is the name of the game. Put in the chat box. Now take, I'm gonna give you 70 seconds, actually more than 70 seconds. I'll give you a minute. Now solve the question. Now read it slowly. Then I'll read it for you and then see the difference happening. Okay, now let me solve this question for you. Okay, and like I'm not gonna solve it right now, but I'm gonna give you step number one. Like, what is the benefit of actually slowing down? That is my concern right now here for you. Why I'm so much requesting you, slow down, slow down. What's the purpose here of slow down? Let me show you that, and how's that is going to help you. Okay, so let's go to the question. You are a scrum master. Okay, now when I read it this way, immediately my brain says, okay, I need to act as a scrum master, so I'm in agile. Working in a large scrum projects. Client came to you and shared that the goal of the current is obsolete. So now when I read it this space, okay, so this means the project is not going to work. The client is saying the goal is obsolete. Okay, fair enough. And the client is saying this does not make sense to carry out work for this sprint. He wants you to cancel it. What will you do? He wants you to cancel it. That is the question. Step number one was slow down. Step number two is that identify keywords. Identify keywords. If in the real exam, you will actually able to cross it, like mark it using highlighter or things like that in the real exam. So you should be able to identify the keywords. Why I say that you must identify the keywords. What is the purpose of here? Let me show you. When I read this question, I have marked the keywords. Like I marked 3 to 4 keywords. Scrum Master. This means it's an agile project. The benefit of marking keywords. It's a agile project. Okay, it's an agile project. The sprint is becoming obsolete. Now the client is saying the sprint is becoming obsolete. What does that mean? What does that mean? This means I did not highlight it. The goal is not valid anymore. So now you identify the keyword You are taking the question by its neck, I would say. And this does not make sense to carry out the sprint. Identifying the keyword actually helps you to solve the question in the most effective way. So that's why that is step number 2. That is step number 2. You identify keywords. Step number 3 is see where you are. Initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. In most of the question, if you can identify what happens in initiation, like in only 3 things happens in initiation, and it goes back to the content area. I need to know the content and flow to answer this question. What happens in initiation? Only 3 things: project charter, assumption log, and stakeholder register. Only 3 things, nothing more. No fancy here or there. Only 3 things. In plannings, all the plans are made here. Okay. We decide agile or predictive in planning. Execution, we do the work. Variance analysis and change request, we close the project. This is what is happening in all the 5 process group. So understanding where do you stand in those 5 process group is very critical. Where do you actually stand in those 5 process group will help you to clear the exam. Very critical. You identify keywords, you slow down. The most important is slow down. Identify keyword. Which process group are you in? Now look into that. What is your role in question answer? Are you a scrum master, product owner, sponsor, project manager, project coordinator, whatever your role is? 90% of the time, the question will be your project manager or scrum master. But knowing the role in the question actually helps you to know what you can do. If you are scrum master, you can act as a facilitator. Project manager, you have more authority than the coordinator. So knowing what your role is in the question answer really helps you to go into the depth of question answer. You see, all the steps are important. All the steps we are discussing are important, but some steps are more important than other. For example, the step number 1 that we discussed was the most important so far for me, and step number 7 will be more important than the next. Okay, so let's go to the next step. Step number 5. Identify, is your cycle agile or is it predictive? Why it is beneficial? If it is predictive, then this means I need to raise a formal change request. Okay, I need to raise a formal change request. If it is predictive, all the plans will be there, communication management plan, things like that. If it's agile, I will follow the 4 values, agile mindset, and things of those nature. That's important, right? Now here come a very key point for you. What we say, trick of trade. Yeah. If you are unable to understand, consider all questions as hybrid, which means you will follow 4 values, like be a collaborative customer, have a servant leadership mentality, help the team to train, identify the training needs, things of those nature. But for any change request, you will have change management plan, and you will also have all other plans. This is kind of a hybrid thing to do, right? This is kind of a hybrid thing to do. Next step. If the question is greater than 3 lines, if the question is greater than 3 lines, Read the last line first. If the question is greater than 3 lines, read the last line first. For example, this question 1, 2, 3, almost 3, I will read what will you do. It does not give me that much context. But some questions you will have what he will do next. What is the first thing to do? Like first and best, future. So that will actually help you a lot. Actually helps you a lot. So what is the first thing to do? Seventh step, last step, and the most important step. Most important step. If you don't do any step and only do this step, you can pass the PMP, right? Even if you are not slowed down, still you can pass it. That is using elimination technique. Yes, using the elimination technique. Elimination technique, in my point of view, is the only way how you can solve question answers. If you don't use elimination technique in your PMP question answers, you cannot do that. This is as simple as I can put it, as plain as I can put it. If you don't use elimination technique in your PMP question answers, you cannot solve those questions. This is at straight. Now I will teach you what is actually elimination technique so that it can help you in your PMP exam. Okay? So let's see what does elimination technique means, how you can use it, how you can work into that way. Okay? Let's go with the elimination technique. So elimination technique works in this way. Go through every single option. Go through every single option, A, B, C, D, and justify why it is right or wrong. Very, very, very critical. Justify why it is right or wrong. You need to do that. Of course, in order to do elimination technique, in order to do this 7th step, you need to follow step number 1. If you are not slowed down, you cannot do that. If you don't identify keywords, you cannot eliminate option. You need to know where you stand. You need to know your role. You need to know which life cycle you are in it. And of course, you need to read the question slowly. Let's go and do the question in action. So let's do this question now with the elimination technique, with all the 7 steps. What will you do? You are a Scrum Master. So now I know this is the Agile question. I highlighted it. Working in a large Scrum project. Scrum is a big project, maybe Scrum of Scrum or less, large scale Scrum, but it's Agile. Client came to you. You shared that a goal is obsolete. We know that customer collaboration over a contract negotiation, and we are always providing value to the customer. And he's saying it does not make sense to carry out the sprint, and he wants you to cancel it. You are a Scrum Master. He wants you to cancel it. Now I will go to the elimination technique and eliminate each option. Tell him it's not possible as time have been invested. No, we never say that to the customer. We want to fail early in Agile. So going back to the thing, you need to know the content. The Agile says collaborate with the customer, provide them the value. So we cannot say no to them. Here it is eliminated. can do this in your real exam. Cancel the sprint as agile harness. Not a bad option. I will explain why it is wrong or right, but later on. So if you are confused, if you are not sure, just mark it. For A, I was 100% sure. I know the reason. I'll mark it. Immediately have a meeting with the product owner and let him decide. Here comes the important thing. B look like right option, but C is better than that. Because in agile, product owner has the power to cancel the sprint. Okay, so between B and C, I'm gonna eliminate B. So C look like a right option, but elimination technique, here's a critical. It could have been a C option, A option. I don't select any answer. I go through every single option. I go through every single option. I know C is the right answer. I know that, but still I have to read D. Have a meeting with the team and no, it's not the team decision. It's the product owner decision. I'm gonna eliminate this and C becomes the right answer. So this is a perfect question solving method for you. If you know the content, if you know the flow, if you follow this 7-step formula, you will clear PMP for sure. 100%. What I have shared in this, you will clear PMP. Now there's a bonus tip for you, the 8th step. You may be thinking, hey Amel, you said 7-step. I watched video for 7-step. Now you are saying 8th step. Yes, I want to over deliver it. The 8th step is the secret sauce of PMP, why my students don't have to read books. It is called root cause analysis, also known as lesson. Now, once I have solved question answer, once I have solved it, okay, what I will do, I will open Excel, Word, something where I can document, right? Something where I can document it, okay? I will put the question number here, okay? Let's questions, question number, not now. I will put question here and here I will put lesson learned. So let's say this was question number, whatever the question number was, 106. I'll put question number 106. Okay. What did I learn from it? Now you can even do that. There are two ways. You choose whatever the way you like. You can even copy the question, put all options, right? So here you can put question, here you can put option A, B, C, D, and here you can put what did I learn? What did I learn? Okay, this method is also good. This is the more detailed one. This will take more time, but it is very effective. It can help you in the long term. What I want you to do minimum, I want you to, let's not copy the question. Okay, just put the question number and put lesson learned or what did I learn? Like what did I learn in one line from this question? What did you learn? Let's do this way. You put in the chat box, what did you learn from this question? What one thing you learn from this question? Please put in the chat box. I want to see. What one thing did you learn from this question? I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Okay, what did you learn from this question? So I can put, what did I learn from this question? Like something like that. One thing, only product owner can cancel the sprint. That's a very important lesson that will help me. Or when project or sprint becomes obsolete, we cancel it. Whatever your lesson is, right? Or I can also put customer is king, we give them and we give them whatever they want. Customer collaboration or contract. So whatever you want, you can put your lesson from this. So this was my 7-step formula for you in 30 minutes. I hope that makes sense, that provide value in your thing. Now, for those people who are still thinking, I want to go into depth. I know I moved very quickly. Those people who wants to go into depth of the program and they want to move further with me, right? I have two things for you. First, exactly on this, I have written this booklet. Okay, I have written a booklet on this 7-step formula. Okay, this 7-step formula. Just message me, email me. I'll send that link to the entirely download the entire booklet of the content in detail. I'll give it to you free. Okay, I'll give it to you free, the entire thing for you. Okay, just message me, it's free. And if you want to take the program into detail, you want to master these two areas also. You want to master how to solve question answer plus content plus flow. I have a great news for you. My batch starts on 19th. My batch starts on 19th, and every single thing that you need to pass in the PMP, I'll provide you. Like for example, it will be 19, 20, 21, 28, 27, 26. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, 11 a.m. EST to 5 p.m. In these 3 days, first 3 days, we'll cover the content of basics, fundamental, stakeholder communication, team, agile, risk, quality, procurement. We'll cover those content for you. Plus, we will solve 150 question answers. We will also solve 150 question answers in the most effective way. And you will get assignment of solving question answers of more than 300. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 to 50. More than 300, like 400 plus question answers. You will have the assignment in 3 days. We will help you in the mind maps. We'll work into that way. Every single thing that we are going into depth will be provided in this program. Then on day 4, which will be next Friday, we'll cover scope, schedule, cost, business environment, integration, closing, and then I will help you in filling your PMP application with the 35 PDUs. You will get the 35 PDUs. Then we will have a mind map exercise in which we do the mind map of entire PMP. Like we summarize the entire PMP 6 times. 6 times. First, you make the mind map, then the 5 teams, I will divide in 5 teams, will explain the mind map. So 6 times entire PMP will be on one day revision. And then we will have PMP marathon in which we'll solve 60 questions. I will solve, not will. Using this 7-step formula, I will use 60 question answers. This is my training programs. So you are getting every single thing that you need to understand for PMP. You are getting every single thing. And in addition to that, now 97% of the program ends here. Not mine. My thing really starts here. Once you have taken the training, then this kicks on. You see, this was the only thing that we just discussed, 35 PDUs. I will personally do follow-up with you after the training till you become PMP. Not for a week, not for a 2 week, till you become PMP. Normally it takes 2 months, but till you become PMP, I'll do follow-up with you. This question answers, we solve 1 question answers. We will have 3 to 4 coaching call every single week in which we will solve question answers. Monday EST, then these 3 coaching calls. Every single student who need to pass in the PMP, I'll give them a roadmap according to them, not according to me, not according to anyone else, according to them, how they want to study. They will get a roadmap. I will add you to my mastermind group, which is a community of people preparing in the same way, just like you. You will get the best simulator, simply the best simulator, a time boxed mocks. When you are good with content, you are good with the flow, you follow the 7-step formula, then the last time management simulator will be there. Then I'll give you my PMP booklet. I'll give you every single thing that you need to pass. We'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing this follow-up with you, customize roadmap, coaching call. And when I feel you are ready for the exam, I'll give you go ahead and the final day tips. Okay, that includes final 6 mocks which are not on the simulators. Final 6 mocks which are not on the simulator. 2 tips, documents, and my mindset call. This thing. Alone, this thing should be worth more than $1,000. This program that I'm providing, it should be more than $2,500. This is priceless. This, if you want every week coaching calls, is $250. So you multiply by 8, so you get $2,000. I do that for $350. This is just priceless. You can get it for $250. If you add up, it goes near to 5,000 or 10,000. But you get every single thing today for $699. Of course, exam fees is not included, which is separate. You can also go for one-to-one program, which is more customized. Every single thing that you need at one stop. You join the program, register for it, have a call, we work, you get a roadmap, join the coaching call, question answer, you do the RCA, which I just shared with you, submit application. When I'll tell you are ready, you give exam. The entire journey for you for $699. That's it, nothing more. You can, this is a fixed price, you can pay in installment. You can pay in 1 installments, like 1 go, which we prefer, or you can go 2 installment or up to 3 installments. Vishal cleared the PMP. Jawad cleared PMP. Then Trisor cleared PMP from South Africa. Kesser from Saudi Arabia. Kunal from Canada. Sheikh Shafiq from Pakistan. Ram from Oman. Vishal from India. Ahmed from Saudi. Ram from India. Hassan from Canada. Umar Mansoor from Pakistan. Bala from USA. Zafar from Pakistan. Bilal from Pakistan. Zahid from Saudi Arabia. Akhtar, Saudi Arabia. Manasa, originally from India but gave exam in USA. Kavita, originally from India but from USA. All these people have only one thing. Join the program, get all these steps, and I'll make sure you become PMP. I hope you have learned it something today and you gained something today. I will be more than happy to work with you towards your PMP journey. If you have any other question, feel free to let me know and we'll be more than happy to coach you, guide you, work with you throughout your journey. Thank you very much. I hope it was worthful and just like thousands of other people become PMP.
Adnan, Chetan, Jigar, Jiku, Ajit, Samad, Jarat, Anu, Akil, Mohammad Faisal, Jay Prakash, Mohsin, Mafi, Priti, Priya, Ajit, Tushar, Ubaid, Jiku, Sir Wasim, Sir Irfan, Sayyid, Vishnu, Kam, Mohammad, Vandana, Vel Kumar, Ali Raza, Edwin, Chandra, Mohan, Imran, Sir Arfat, Deepak, Adnan, Ajay, Batu, Ibrahim, Murli, Rizwan, Sachin, Sujit, Compne, Riyaz, Sayyid, Faisal, Harun, Khan, Vinay, Javed, Sanger, Farid, Pradeep, Prem, Abhishek, Amir. Well, congratulations, Muhammad, Parita, Nabil, Chitra, Talaj, Harsh, congratulations, Manish, Amar, Aderu, Palisa, Aslam, Atif, Grace, Greg, Beck, Sachin, Kamal, Bashkar, Rohit, Patis, Vikshit, Riaz, Saurav, Siddhartha, Nadir, Tarek, Venkat, तो हमारी प्रश्न है मंसूर, रेहाना, विजय, विशाल, अर्जुन, असद, इलियास, खान, कांग्रेचुलेशन, एंथनी, अरविंद, हसान, वसीम, मंगेश, राज, अकबर, परना, संकल्प, विशेष, ईश्वरी, अफजाल, विवेक, हसीब, हामिद, लीश, पल्लवी, अनम, फैसल, बुरहान, हुसैन, मतीन, पांडे, सैयद, खलील, मुनीफ, हसान, गुप्ता, आशा, अजय, इकेन, पूजा, तलहा, विजय, अमजद, जॉफी, हसन, सुजित, अमित, टीबी, राजू, पवन, उमर, मान, वेंकटेश, अहमद, गुप्ता, शीश, मैरी, शॉन, जमाल, तुलसीदास, अनान, मोहसिन, नदीम, अली, इसाम, कवैस, अजीम, मंसूर, शकील, केरिया, हसन, रियाज हुसैन, प्रदीप, मीना, आसमा, दुर्गा, शरीफ, अली अल बलूच, कांग्रेचुलेशन माय फ्रेंड, सलमान, सुबता, हसन, मोहसिन, मनीक, क्रिस्टोफर, जंगीर, हमास, मोहम्मद शफीक, नवीन, दरिक्सा, फियाज, प्रशांत, इलियास, धमवीर, नीजू, अब्राहम, श्रीनिवास, सुंदेला, नबील अहमद, नवीद, बिलाल, बिदरा अली, शाजी, उबैद, बाबर, कौडी, रिजवान, इमरान, विवेक, राजीव, राव, इश्ताक, फैजान, रहील, निसार, उमर, आज, संदीप, शराज, तीनों, उसामा, कीर्तन, कोमल, शिवानी, सलमान, सदा, आनंद, दिलवम, अजय, साबिर, उजैर, सुरिंदर, प्रदीप, अमीर, मोहित, वकास, निधि, उमर, उस्मान, संदीप, अमित, अबू ताहिर, नवीन, अर्शद, मोहम्मद, विवेक, या सुशान, फुरकान, गजेंद्रा, नागराज, नसीमा, सागर, मोहम्मद, जायना, हुसैन, रश्मि, नेहा, फैसल, अली, अली, अल अजमी, हमाद, नुमान, आलम, विजय, सरनाया, सवाना, मोहम्मद, जक्का, जाकिर, कांग्रेचुलेशन, सादिमा, सहर, अजेब, समीर, इफ्ती, तलाल, हमाद, उमर, उस्मान, मलिक, अजेब, वकास, प्रिया, रफी, सायरा, सरस्वती, सौरभ, सशवानी, देवस, श्रीकांत, प्राण, जानदार डुओ, फ्रांसिस, अब्दुल, मोहम्मद, उमर, अभिषेक, अभिलाष, अबरार, फरहान, लता, निधि, इब्राहिम, विनोद, फैसल, अमीर, इनाम, अब्दुल अजीज, इकेन, अकमल, अजान, बासिल, गारिमा, कैवन, पद्मा, साजिद, वलीद, चेताली, अनामिका, जरनाब, सुदीप, नवीन, मोजदेव, नवीद, कांग्रेचुलेशन, आतिफ, चक्रा, हसन, नदीम, आबिद पटेल, आदिति, सुभाषेश, सुरेश, सुमेरा, रफीउल, गुलाम, शाम बाबू, दीपक, कैरोलिन, लिनविन, शीतल, एल्विन, उनिंद्रा, प्रशांत, अबरार, अली खान, राम, विद्या, तलहा, बासाद, राशिद, माधवन, गुरजीत, रिशु, दत्ता, सबान, अजीम, मंगेश, मुदस्सिर, प्रदीप, सिद्रा अली, कांग्रेचुलेशन, सुहेल, अमूल, तहसीन, नबील, आतिफ, जिया, नित्या, शाह, मोहम्मद, शकील उमर, अहमद, मिस्टर अवध, हिरुति, सलमान, खालिद, सैयद, सत्यस्नान, वसी, सैयद, सुहेल, शाम सिन्हा, जिद इकबाल, विवेक. And here we have my 1000 PM in less than 3 years, Muhammad Adil.